Hello. Welcome to the Walking Session podcast. Maz Miller here. A disclaimer that I don't do disclaimers while I'm a psychologist. This is not therapy. You know the drill. Take what resonates with you, throw the rest out, grab your headphones, get your shoes, get your dog. Get your dog. Let's walk it out. Alrighty. Is this a little bit of a ranty one today? Maybe, but I want to talk about being an overcorrected diva today. That's what I want to talk about. When you are trying so hard not to be too much. Okay? When someone says what's wrong and you say, oh, it's fine. That'll do. Oh, it's okay. You might also be doing things like over-explaining yourself or justifying your needs when you don't need to. We'll get to that. Maybe you're apologizing for asking for anything. Maybe you're downplaying what you actually need. All those things. If any of those things ring true to you, then you're in the right place today. All right. As I sip on my coffee, because that's my need right now. Alrighty, so being the diva, the word, I don't know, you can use whatever diva word, whatever word you want. I feel like I'm always talking about a pick-me girl, actually. That the girl, okay, I know. I'm talking about the woman or the girl who was born to be a diva, but instead got fed so much bullshit that she turned into a pick-me girl. That's what I'm talking about. And I want to talk about what the price is that you pay for silencing yourself, for changing and editing and everything, doing all those things just to be maybe likable, to be acceptable, whatever it is. And I think the first thing that I want to touch on is like, where is it coming from? And I think it's the whole... not one person. I'm trying to think of like where did I pick up some of this shit? It's not one person. It's not one comment. It's just like most things. It's a little bit of a complex web of being told, right? It's sometimes in a positive way. Sometimes you may have been praised for being easygoing or quiet and chill and agreeable and going with the flow. The best thing I heard was, this is a great saying, only dead fish go with the flow. Yeah, diva. That's what you need to listen to. That needs to be your new mantra. But yeah, maybe you've been praised for that. And then as a result, because it was positive, you're like, okay, all right, well, people like this. I'll do more of this. On the flip side, I think we've all, or hope we haven't all, but a lot of us have heard the narrative of women being high maintenance for whatever reason. And it's so stupid because you might be high maintenance because you have makeup on and quote unquote you're a Kardashian. But then you let yourself go and you're a hippie if you don't do those things. I don't even know what the feedback is there, girls. But there seems to be a lot of that. Like, you're too much, you're high maintenance, you require too much effort, you're too needy. How dare you tell me you need that and you don't want that, right? So and as I'm saying it, I also can kind of tap into this vulnerability where we want to feel safe and loved in our relationships and accepted. So that, I think, is a big reason why we agree to some of this stuff. We might take it as feedback. An innocent comment around us might be around, oh gosh, she's so high maintenance. And you're like, all right, note to self, don't be high maintenance, because it's coming from someone we care about or respect, maybe someone at work, and they say it and you want to, impress them or you look up to them, whatever. For whatever reason, we've taken the wrong feedback from the wrong people, and instead of being a diva, which actually is not a bad thing, we've become the pick-me, and now you're burnt out. Now you're tired. Now you're burnt out, and maybe you're even being called a bitch, because once you start setting boundaries, people don't like it. They don't like it. But you know what? You're so emotionally burnt out and you've suppressed your needs and your opinions and all of those things for so long that maybe you don't even know what they are anymore. Maybe you've lost confidence because you haven't spoken up enough. Maybe you feel invisible because you've pleased everyone else but not yourself. I don't know. Whatever, any of those things are for you, I kind of wanted today flip them on the head and really talk about how we can redefine this and how we can take it back, ladies. How can we take it back? Wherever you sit, you're happy diva. I don't know. I don't even like saying the word diva. See, like that's how programmed I am. I don't even like saying diva. But maybe your happiness sits somewhere in the middle between the two. Like I know I myself, I do like to do things for other people, and that can come at the detriment of that whole self-sacrifice. And sometimes that's okay for me to do that, and I've got the energy to, and then other times I'm still learning how to reel it in, as per my breakthrough episode. But I want to ask you some things, like why, these are the reflections I want you to have today. Like, why can't you have fun doing things? Like, why does your fun have to be earned or justified, or your needs, or even your needs? I'm referring to fun because probably for me, that's one that stands out. Like, it's almost this like, oh, I've been in that, survival mode for so long with little kids who don't sleep and still don't sleep, hence the coffee. But like all the fun stuff and all the extras, I'm just assuming that everyone else is functioning this way. It feels bad asking for them. And I know my husband feels this way at times too. Like going out for dinner is this big ask because, we're doing it all on our own and it's a lot. But I guess my question is, if someone else comes to you that you care about, whether it's your children or your husband, and they said to you, hey, Mum, can I have a play date this weekend? And you might go, oh, geez, how am I going to fit that in? That's going to be out of work. But yes, you should, because that's important. If you're the kind of person that can see the benefit to your loved ones, or like I said, your husband might say, oh, I really like to go out for dinner with the boys. And you're like, yeah, you should. That's it. Friendships are so important. Then why can't you do it? Why? Okay, me personally, right in this moment, why can't I record this podcast just for fun? Why can't I take that time away from my family to do some research and read about things that light up my soul, that are playing on my mind, and share them to help others? Why? What is so bad about that? Why does that have to be explained and justified and whatever else, right? Why can't I have a hobby? Maybe the other thing is, this is something else that I've been sort of playing with. I'm like, why does what I do have to look the way it looks for somebody else for it to count or be okay? So, for example, obviously, I've just encouraged you to go for a walk, right? I've said go for a walk. Or maybe you've got people in your life that like to exercise, or maybe you've like go to the gym, or go and, I don't know, buy healthy groceries. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, how there's those basic needs for filling up your cup that we know is quote unquote, they're justified as healthy. Like people are more likely to go, yeah, you should make time to exercise. That's really good for you. That's really good for you. Yes, you should. And yes, you should make the time to, I don't know, meal prep. That's really good for you. But if I said, I just need half an hour to stare at a wall, because I get overstimulated and I need absolutely every stimulation. Sit in my car. I just need peace and quiet, just to be in my own energy, just to be by myself, just to check back in with me. And it's not energy output. That's just how I recharge. And I might sound like a total weirdo to someone else right now, but like I literally can just sit sometimes by the beach, but sometimes literally just staring at a wall. It's like I can meditate without meditating, just for everything to consolidate. Do you know what it feels like? Actually, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. It feels like when your computer gets new software, or your phone, and it needs to upload and process it to like implement it. That's me. I need to, at some point during the day, just leave me alone. Everyone leave me alone. Let me consolidate. Process what was done, what needs doing, forget what was done, what needs doing, and then eventually I get all of those just to do, and then there's peace. And when that peace is interrupted, I'm probably a bitch. I probably look like a diva then, because no, I don't want to help anyone with anything in that moment. But why does it, why does it have to look a certain way? I think that's the other thing. Like, forget what your needs look like to someone else. They don't have the same needs. Be brave enough to say, I need to read a book. I don't know, whatever it is. I need to walk my dog. I need to, like I said, sit and stare at a wall. I need to sit in my car. I need to go get ice cream by myself. I need to, whatever it is for you. Like, this is your permission to go find that thing that you haven't even tapped into because you haven't even allowed yourself to have a crazy need. Maybe you're going to take a pottery class. Maybe you're going to, whatever, visit your grandma. I don't know. Whatever it is that fills up your cup. Why can't you be, now this is the trigger, like, why can't you be a princess? Why can't you be taken care of? Like, what does it say about you if you need the people around you to take care of you? Why are you not deserving of that? Because you're taking care of all of them, aren't you? So why not you? Why are you cooking dinner and eating the burnt piece? Why? Why are you giving yourself that one? Why can't everyone else get it? And what does it even mean? Like, you know what I mean? Why are we last on the list? I'm sure I read somewhere the difference between men and women when they write the list of priorities in life, and how women don't even put themselves there, but men are much better at this, putting their own, whether it's just health or my health, my this. Like, they're really good at putting it up the top and we don't even include it. Like, it's somewhere so far down that it doesn't make the top 5. And like I mentioned before, this high maintenance thing, what's that about? What do you mean? My car needs a service. The house needs constant maintenance. Why don't I? Why? And how's this going to work out? I think that's the other thing. How is this going to benefit anyone if you are sitting there thinking about everyone else's needs and forgetting about yourself? Long term, how is this going to work? It's all going to go to crap because you can't maintain it. I think this is the biggest thing that I often go through. Like, I think that sometimes each one of us can go through seasons in life because life will ask shit of you. You'll have to step it up for a period of time. Like I said, it might be the sleep deprivation. It might be having to work extra. But I think that, like, there's longevity. Like, how is this sustainable? Has to be the question after a few months, right? Like, if you're in a season of doing a lot of things, you probably can turn autopilot on and you've got some energy, but you have to ask yourself the question of, how are these things sustainable? How is me giving to everyone? There's nothing left. There's nothing left. There's a thing I posted ages ago, maybe like a month or two ago on my social media, and said, the second half of life has nothing to do with a number. It's just reflecting on midlife crisis and that. Second half of life has nothing to do with a number and everything to do with you holding everyone else to the same standard that they've set for you. Does that make sense? Should I read again? Let me read one just quickly. The second half of life has nothing to do with number. It's got everything to do with you holding everyone else to the same standard that they've set for you. So if you expect me to drop things and be there for you, you better drop things and be there for me. If you expect me to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is, like take your own, then you better do the same for me. Does that make sense? And that's not like, God, I sound a bit like the mafia. I sound a bit gangster there. But what I'm saying is energy in, energy out. Yeah, like, I am a giver. I love to give. I love to help. Duh, here I am. This lights me up. And I love pouring into the village. But the standard has to be equal, right? Like, it has to be a little bit of, what's the word? Not the values. Let me be really careful how I say this. I have certain values, especially for like those in my inner circle, my friends and family. There's things that I value about how I show up as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, And I'm not bending those for anyone else. The pouring in, pouring out thing doesn't go there. I'm more talking about making, that's important to me, right? Being there for others is important to me. Making that sustainable. And that looks different to everyone, right? That might look like I might need more help in the house. That might look like not being able to work 7 days a week. That might look like, it just looks so different from everyone else. So I don't even want to go and give you the recipe for this one. But I guess what I'm asking you is to start the journey with, what is it that I value? And instead of being told it's impossible, how can I make that happen? Like, well, okay, it might not be possible with the way things are now, but how do I make room for those needs because they're important to me? You know, one thing that I've started doing again is going to church on Sundays. Why do I feel, see, what a diva, don't you dare talk about religion. Don't care what you do with that. For me personally, it's a really, really peaceful experience for so many reasons. The top two being that A, I'm forced to shut up for an hour pretty much and put all my stuff on hold. And I often go by myself rather than with my kids. Sometimes I take them. I prefer not to be honest, because it's my hour of peace. And the second one is, for some reason during the war, it always felt like a really safe place for me. So I don't know if like my nervous system is wired to really let go and relax when I'm in there. Don't know, don't care, brings me peace, gonna keep doing it. And for a long time I put that aside because of the inconvenience. It says such and such time on such and such day and da 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 da. And then I was like, do you know what? I'm doing it. Don't care who likes it. Don't care who doesn't like it. Obviously, if I choose not to go that day, because whatever, I will. But like having it as a non-negotiable option for me has been really, really nice. That might not be you. You might need a walk on a Sunday. You might need not to cook breakfast on a Sunday. See, I love making pancakes on a Sunday morning. You might be like, actually, don't want to. I don't want to do any of that. So whatever it is for you, diva, do that, because the cost of this, like, diva turn pick me is just too high and it's just going to break down and it's just no good. So I guess let's take a little moment to reflect on what part of yourself maybe you've downplayed lately. What are some conversations that are uncomfortable that you've been avoiding because you think that maybe the other people in your life will find them uncomfortable, or maybe they won't come to the party. Maybe you've just decided that without actually exploring that, because there's a level where you can be kind and confident at the same time, and where you can talk about what you need and leave it with the other person. Let's see what they come up with, because they might surprise you either way. But it's okay to accept that as well. Being in a place of, I freaking had enough. I'm too tired for this shit and this is what I need now, right? So as always, I'm going to put some journaling prompts. It might be around, like I said, what are you avoiding? Where do you think you're being too much? Have you softened parts about yourself and your actual truth so people like you? Are you apologizing for the standard because are your standards too high? Have you been told they're too high? But they're your actual needs, not your standards, because you're showing up with those standards? That type of thing. I want to do, don't know what everything else is that I'm going to put in there, because I actually myself want to reflect a bit more and find what's helpful for you and chuck it in there. Alrighty, I'm going to leave that one there, diva. Don't forget to jump on my website, walkingsession.com.au. That's where you can access the Walking Session crew for free and get all these journaling prompts that you don't have to journal if you don't want to, but it's so good for you. I did a whole episode on why it's good for you. It's just so good for you to get this stuff out. It's good practice too, to work out how you're going to approach certain things and come up. There's something about like problem solving, hey, with journaling. So much problem solving happens as you're writing. So much of it. But yeah, if nothing else, like I always say, please share, please rate, do your thing. And I'm going to leave that one there. All right, go find your inner diva. All right, peace.